acting contrary to OGP process can be actually kicked out of OGP. What does that mean? Well, we need to be very clear about it. What does a bad report of OGP is? We didn't know. We didn't have these definitions. And what I heard here is a clear mandate of you guys to us to define very well, very straightforward, what those things are and how and what type of rules, incentives, and sticks and guidance we need to put forward in order for this to happen. And finally, the third message that I heard all over the morning, and I think is quite relevant, is at the end of the day, if OGP doesn't get into and doesn't affect people's lives, then OGP is really not, it doesn't matter. It's not relevant. It's not relevant. And putting this framework of OGP and linking it to the conversation and to the framework of post-development goals of the agenda post-2015 is quite relevant, because that is the agenda that is aimed to actually enrich people's lives. This is the other message that we need to have very clear, and believe me, we're going to take it into the whole OGP steering committee, and we are going to make sure that it's really and clearly heard. Clear, we need at the end of the day, clear rules, get the basics right, clear messages, clear guidance, clear rules of the game, and at the end of the day, the clarity of if this only matters if affects positively people's life. Thank you so much, really, for this opportunity and this feature that we're going to do.
Thank you very much for the steering committee for giving this endorsement of the communique. And we're almost reaching the final point of this event. Before we end today's session, we are privileged to have the Civil Society Independent Coordinator to give the closing speech to conclude our meeting today. Mr. Paul Masson, please.
Okay, so don't worry, I haven't prepared a second speech. One speech today is more than enough, I think. When I stood here this morning, I said one thing I hope today is, with so many different countries in the room, to have at least the time and the space to hear a lot of interesting ideas and stories. And although it's always too short, I was in the civic space session and I heard a lot of interesting stories, troublesome stories as well. And Alejandro and Mariatti referred to it clearly. Civic space, and the problem with civic space globally in this region, is one of the key reasons why OGP matters. And I think today we made a start with discussing it on a regional level. So how do we take this forward? I think three concrete things. One, Mariatti and Alejandro really have to go back to the steering committee tomorrow, this evening and tomorrow, say, this is what we hear from Asia Civil Society, Asia Pacific Civil Society. That's one. Two, today is just the start for you. You have 3 full more days to go. Tomorrow the marketplace, 2 days afterwards there's the real regional meeting where your government representatives will also be. And I know from OGP meetings, it's the first one for Asia Pacific, but if there's one good thing about OGP meetings, is that they're very informal. There is no better place to lobby, to advocate with your government representatives than an OGP meeting. Because they're there, they're lost, they're very happy to have coffee with you and discuss what's happening back home. It's very easy to do that. And the third one was an idea that was discussed over lunch with a couple of people from different countries, which I think is an excellent idea, which is, why don't we create a network of civil society organizations in this region and see how civil society can connect and learn from each other, and be inspired by each other on an ongoing basis. Why not have the people from Indonesia that are already inside OGP help their colleagues in Cambodia become a member of OGP? And why not have the members from Cambodia that have a lot of experience from their respective work come over here to Indonesia and advise their colleagues in Indonesia to make the most out of the OGP opportunity. So I think those are three excellent ideas to take it forward. And that's where I want to leave it for today, except two more things. One, don't forget the advice, and I think it was actually order from Pak Kuturo earlier this morning. You have to go see the beaches of Bali. Remember. And second, I really, really want to thank and have your applause for the organizing committees and the funders. And I think you can see it has been really a big collaborative effort. I mean, look at the size of the banner they needed to put over. So I think this was really a big collaborative effort, and I wish you good luck. I wish you all the fun and all the inspiration in the coming days. And you know where to find us if you need anything around OGP. Thank you.
Finally, we will not be holding you in here longer and make you stay away from the beautiful beaches of Bali. And I would like to finally say that our Civil Society Day today is over. It's finally final, and give applause once again for our effort today. Before we all leave this room and go to beautiful places to Bali, I would like to call everyone to stand in front of the huge banner that Paul mentioned to have a photo session together. And my colleague from see you again here at 8:30 for registration. It will be held until midday. The marathon.
Alright, everybody ready with the pose?